Let's go to Jimmy in Maryland, the state of Maryland, the great WMAL. Jimmy's a Democrat in Maryland. Gee, what a surprise. Do you like living under that regime in Maryland, Jimmy?
No, not at all, actually. We just started going to convention yesterday, talking about raising gas taxes again.
Well, he's talking to that governor of yours is one of the most radical in the country. You do know that, right?
Yeah, I know.
Wait a minute, aren't you a Democrat?
I'm a libertarian.
Oh, so you lied to get on the program, but I'll give you a break. Go ahead.
Okay, I was just wondering why the so-called constitutional conservatives turn their back on Ron Paul so much when he stands for.
Because Ron Paul turns his back on us.
No, why the Republican establishment.
In 1988, Ron Paul said he's neither a conservative nor a Republican. He detested Ronald Reagan. He left the Republican Party. He's never said he's. Hold on, I'm trying to educate you. He said he's never said he's a conservative. He despises conservatives. And he ran for president in the Libertarian Party. So my question to you is, why does he want to be the nominee of the Republican Party?
Because obviously there's no room for a third.
No. Why not run as president of the Libertarian Party? Obviously, you guys are the majority in America. I keep hearing this. So why not? He's so stuck to his principles. Why not make the Libertarian Party the second or first party in this country? What happened to all that?
I think it's coming within time. I really do. But I think the Republicans,
I really doubt
20 years ago, wasn't Ronald Reagan considered a libertarian by many people?
No, Ronald Reagan had some libertarian economic views, as do I, as did Milton Friedman, as do a number of people. But Ronald Reagan was also called a warmonger in an article, if you Google it, on the notorious Lou Rockwell website by Mary Rothbard, who is one of Ron Paul's mentors. You should know all this. You're a Ron Paul guy.
No, I do know all this. I'm just saying
Well, then why are you asking me?
I don't know why the Republicans turn their back on.
I'm a conservative. I'm not a radical libertarian, pal. It's that simple. I don't vote for radical libertarians. I think Ron Paul's foreign policy is so radical libertarian, it's come full circle. It's now left-wing Democrat. Can you tell me the difference between Ron Paul's foreign policy and national defense policy and George McGovern's? You're a young guy. And Dennis Kucinich's? Can you? Yellow. Jimmy, can you tell me the difference between Ron Paul's foreign policy and national security policy and Dennis Kucinich's? You're still there. I can hear you breathing. All right. Take care. Goodbye. I ask these guys questions. They want to be asked questions. I'm not going to let them flood our phone banks, but still, it's an education process. Ron Paul is on the record stating he's not a conservative. I take him at his word. At one point, he was on the record saying he left the Republican Party and he didn't want to go back. I took him at his word. Now he's back. Now he claims to be Mr. Conservative, and now he claims to be the only guy that can interpret the Constitution. Fine. But if he had his way, we wouldn't have a country to protect, would we? The reason why he's kind of an Andy Rooney, the late Andy Rooney, sounds like him to me, going on and on about why America provokes all the evil in the world, all the Islamo-Nazis, the communists, the pirates, you name it. It's because we have a Navy, because we have bases. I also love the way he says, we have 300 bases in 100 and some countries. Ladies and gentlemen, some of our bases are like 4 people there. The way he presents it, what really troubles me is his propaganda about America reminds me about the old Soviet Union's propaganda about America. So we condemn Gingrich for using, preposterous language and attacking capitalism, and we hold up this crackpot. We really ought to consider what the man has to say. Well, I've actually considered what the man has said. The man is 70-some-odd years old. He's got a long career, a lot of writings, a lot of speeches. They're all there. It didn't start today and yesterday. So look at them. So the man who says that he's now Mr. Conservative, Mr. Constitution, and Mr. Republican, who denounced republicanism, that is with a big R, and conservatism before, now he's our leader? Since when do we conservatives believe in unilateral disarmament? Since when did we conservatives believe leaving our allies to fend for themselves? And this is post 9/11? Have we lost our minds? No, we haven't. Look at the vote in New Hampshire. A big influx of independents and Democrats to do what? To vote for Ron Paul in a Republican primary. Running ads, trashing conservatives or putative conservatives. Plus, we talk about electability. How's that man going to get elected? What's he going to run on? What's he going to run on? A pot? Oh, I got it, the line. You ready there, Mr. Call Screener Mike? How about this line? Pot in every pot. You know, during the Depression, the slogan was a chicken in every pot. Yeah, a pot in every pot. It's our big issue. And he's very slimy the way he talks about things. Like, does he really want to secure our border against illegal immigration? No, he doesn't. Because agree or disagree, the libertarian view is that products and people should be able to move freely across borders and within borders. You can agree or disagree with it, but that's the view. So he doesn't want to build a fence or a wall. And immediately when you bring that up, he says, well, he diverts. He diverts. All right, let's see here. So what do I have to say? There's some issues I agree with. He believes in limited government. He believes in the Constitution. Gee, none of us ever believed in that until Ron Paul came along. Right, ladies and gentlemen? It never even crossed our minds. I've got conservative leader friends who say, you know, we've got to embrace Ron Paul. They don't even know about Ron Paul. And the vile things that he has said and has written in his newsletters, or edited, or made money off of in his newsletters. This is not somebody we want to get behind. And he's not going to be able to successfully help turn the country around. He's just not. Because he's incapable of it. But I'm ready if he goes third party. Oh, yes, I am. I'm ready. He goes third party. What, are you scared of him, Mark? I'm not scared of him. All he needs is a Ralph Nader type turnout, a couple of percentages of the vote or less, and he could tip the election. This is another thing. Do you consider that a badge of honor, ladies and gentlemen? Does that show integrity when a guy's running for the Republican nomination? If he doesn't get it, he might go third party and he won't rule it out? What's that? That's like saying, I'm going to play on your football team, but if I don't get what I want, if I can't be the quarterback, I'm going to, after a while, season's near the end, I'm not exactly going to join the other team, but I'm going to do everything I can to screw my team. Oh, okay. Well, that's the kind of leader we need. He and his followers are what I call neo-Confederates. They believe in secession. They believe in nullification. And there's a certain percentage of you listening to this program who do as well. But secession was settled by the Civil War, whether you like it or not. Whether you like it or not. It was settled by force. And that's what really upsets, frankly, Ron Paul and some of his supporters when you listen to them. They hate Abraham Lincoln. Do you hate Abraham Lincoln? Ron Paul is no fan of Abraham Lincoln. It is amazing to me he's never been asked about this. Because his followers, his senior advisors, despise Abraham Lincoln. One of them, Professor Thomas DeBozo, who works at a college in Maryland, he wrote an entire scathing attack on Abraham Lincoln. Why? Well, for a number of reasons, but including the fact that Abraham Lincoln kept the nation together. Do you believe every state should be able to pull out of the republic? What then? But these are the sort of things that are not discussed about Ron Paul because, you know, we're trying to nominate somebody, and these are interesting debates, and they're academic. They're theoretical at this point. It's not going to happen. Unless, of course, we elect Ron Paul. Then we'll have a bunch of high people in individual states. And I'm supposed to believe that's constitutionalism? I honestly believe that a lot of his senior advisors and supporters don't like the Constitution. What they want is a return to the Articles of Confederation. When you listen to them carefully, when you read what they write, they're not about the Constitution. They're about something else.